What is up, Gear Squad? Chain Gear here, bringing you another video, and today we are going to talk about the future of Blacklight Retribution. Listen, I just want to let you guys know, if you're not following at BLR Curator on Twitter, you need to do that now. This is literally the only reason why I knew this stuff was coming up. There's a lot of great information I'm going to go over today, and it is almost solely because of Blacklight Curator, BLR Curator on Twitter. Definitely got to check him out. I did also want to give a shout out to Heaven Clone. He's got a video on this stuff already, so if you want another opinion or some more information, go ahead over to his channel as well. But I figured I might as well put this out on my channel as well, because I've got this future of Blacklight thing going on. So I did want to talk to you guys about this. Also, obviously, shout out to Frag Nation, Nation Fusion, the guys over at the Arena, especially Daily, because these guys, again, month after month, have interviewed Hardsuit Labs. This includes Lord Alf and Domino, the community manager, and one of the leads of the studio, Lord Alf. These guys come together almost every month and tell us information about Hardsuit Labs and Blacklight Retribution. And so I'm really, really excited about this. I'm really excited to share the information that is from this video that was nicely summarized by Blacklight Curator. Now, I did watch a lot of the video. I did not finish the whole thing. A lot of it, they start talking about the studio itself and some of the projects, which I think is really cool. So if you guys are interested in Hardsuit Labs as a studio, definitely check this video out. Link in the description below. But yeah, let's just jump right into it, guys. First of all, here is the graphic. Here is the graphic that I'm talking about when we talk about how a video project, otherwise known as Blacklight Curator, has created. And as you guys can see, this is hashtag Blacklight Retribution update news number 3, or hashtag 3, lols. But on the right hand side, you guys can say it says keep calm and kill the beard. But let's go ahead and jump right through this. The number one thing on here that we've been talking about is that they've got a new revamp for the loadouts. In the next patch, which, if you can see on here, is coming out in September 2016. That's this month. Well, it's supposed to. It does say or later. We're supposed to get 50 loadouts, including weapons, armor, gadgets, skins, emotes. So all of those different gear, slots and all of that, tactical gear, everything is going to be put into one loadout, and you can have 50 of them. Now, we've been going through this a lot, but for the people who are new to this, people who are new to the channel, people who are new to the video, which, by the way, welcome to Chain Gear Gaming, this is going to be really awesome. Right now, everything's all split up, and you can basically only have one thing for everything aside from your guns. So you can have different gun loadouts, but everything else has to stay the same. Now we can change that. So if I want to go ahead and play as a really fast character, I can go ahead and do that with my CQC SMG, but if I want to go ahead and slow it down because we're going to need a lot more firepower, then I'll go ahead and switch to a guy that's going to be able to take out a Hardsuit instantly. I cannot wait for this, and I honestly think it's going to change the way that we play this game, but we'll have to see. Next thing is that we have testing that Hardsuit Labs is testing shared loadouts in training and practice. So this is pretty cool, because what this means is that we'll go ahead and build out a loadout. You guys know I'm a CQC fiend, and so when I make my perfect CQC loadout, I'm going to go ahead and create a code for you guys. I'm going to give it to you, and you guys can go ahead and try that exact loadout in training and in practice. And if you have all of the components, you can go ahead and build the loadout and use it. If you don't, you can go ahead and rent those parts, or you can buy them permanently and try it out yourself. But no matter what, even if you don't have the GP or anything like that, you can still try it in training and in practice. I love this. I think this is really, really cool, and I think this is going to change the way that we share and talk about things in Blacklight Retribution. So that's number one. We've already kind of gone through that before. The next thing is that there are tons of bug fixes coming, and that's going to be up on Heartsuit Labs blog soon, and I'll go ahead and do a video on all of that once it gets dropped. I'm sure Blacklight Curator will go ahead and let us know about all of those things, but there's also clan fixes. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but there are a lot of clan bugs, especially like trying to get people to join the clan, and then if you need to kick them out the clan, like the tag still stays there, and all these problems. So hopefully all of that will be fixed when things come back, and that way I can tell you guys about some information about the new clan that's coming out. But there's lots of things that are going on with these bugs, and that'll be cool to get all that situated. The next thing is prestige rewards. So many people have been asking me about this. We don't know what the prestige rewards are, and this is what I found interesting. A lot of people are telling me, no, the prestige rewards are obviously the gold stuff. It's all the gold stuff that we've seen in the leaks, and if you guys haven't seen the leaks, they're out there on the internet, go find them. But there are all these leaks about the gold weapons and the gold armor and all this stuff. But what's interesting is they actually mentioned that there is new information, or new content within the next couple patches that are coming out. As you guys can see, there are things coming out in September, October, and then some later date. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but in these patches, new content is being added for them to release later on, which means the things that are already locked down that we have in the game now, in addition to that, there's more content. Now, if I'm wrong, hopefully someone like Lord Alf can go ahead and let me know, but that's what I heard, and that's what I'm pretty sure that's what they meant by that. So I'm pretty excited for all that. So that might be prestige rewards, that might be something else. But no matter what, we are getting rewards, and we'll get them at level 5, prestige level 5, prestige level 10, prestige level 15, prestige level 20, so on and so on. And the most exciting thing, there's no limit. If there's no limit, that means they're going to have to keep putting things in to make sure we don't get bored. Now, I know I'm pretty sure it gets more difficult and difficult to prestige as you go on. I'm pretty sure, don't hold me to that. But if that's the case, at least they won't have to go ahead and make us tons and tons of prestige items. But there's going to be enough to at least get us to level 30 or 40, probably 50, because people will go nuts to get these prestige items. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm already prestige something above 15, and so that means I should at least get a couple of different prestige weapons, and people will be able to see how good I was at the game. Hopefully I'll get better again. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. The next thing is GP price adjustments. This doesn't really mean anything to me. I almost have everything in the game, being a long-term player back in the beta day one, but I do think it's pretty good. They mentioned that they're making the game even more free to play. I don't really know what that means because almost everything was free anyway. The only things that weren't free to perm are things that you couldn't perm with real cash. Like, for example, the breech loader pistol. There were specific ammos that you can't go ahead and buy permanently. So I was a little confused about that, so we'll just have to see. I don't think they're talking about cosmetics. I'm assuming cosmetics are still going to be pay only, which makes a lot of sense to me. They've got to make money somehow, and so I think that makes sense, but we'll see. That is very interesting. Also, server performance. This has nothing to do with PS4 players, but it does have a lot to do with PC players. So congratulations, PC players. You'll probably be able to play this game again. There's also new content, and here it goes. This is exactly what I was just talking about. New content that is in the next patch. Now, we don't know exactly what is coming out. Exactly what he says in here is new content will be gradually released in small chunks over the last few months of the year. That's huge, guys. Who knows what this means? Thanksgiving themed stuff, Christmas themed stuff, or maybe it's just new content. I have no idea. I can't wait. The next thing is region merge for US and EU. Let me try and explain this. This is a little complex, and I'm not actually sure that this matters for PC or PS4 players, but the way that this works is all of your data is going to be on one server, and so you can access that data anywhere. But you're still going to be playing on a specific server that still shares the same data, the same database, but you're not going to be able to play with people if you pick the EU server, right? So if you say, okay, here's the EU server and the US server, all of your stuff is reading into the same database. So if you have a character in that database, in the unified database, you can go ahead and draw from either the US or the EU, but it's still the same character. But you're still going to be playing within the EU or within the US. I hope that makes sense. Don't think that that has anything to do with PS4 players, but I just wanted to kind of bring that up. Anyway, let's move on to the thing that I find is one of the most interesting things, probably on the top 3, community maps. There's no ETA for community maps, maps, which is estimated time of arrival. But Hardsuit Labs is getting in contact with map creators and finalizing maps for the PS4 and the PC. This is huge. People have been complaining about maps forever. Piggyback Cobra, Nuclear Sharkhead, myself. Yeah, like, we need new maps and we need them soon. And I'm really excited to see that some community maps are being edited and finalized to actually come out for the PlayStation 4 and the PC. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing some of these maps that are already out, let me know in the comment section below or tweet at me at ChainGearGame, and I'll go ahead and do a couple, walkthroughs of these different maps that are on the PC. I do have a rig, so I might as well do it. But let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Another thing, and the final thing, well, not the final thing, but close to the final thing, the thing that I find the most interesting is the balance changes. Listen, the balancing in this game is difficult. Listen to what they say on the video, because they did a really good job of explaining how, listen, you don't just tweak recoil, you don't just tweak the aim. It's a lot more than that. You tweak the recoil, which is actually 20 hidden variables behind that one number of recoil. And so they're having a hard time. It's a lot of different variables they have to change. And because this game is so old, it's not set up to be changed easily comparatively to the newest Call of Duty or the newest Battlefield. This game it's a little bit more complex on the way that they built it back in the day. So if they build a new one, of course, I'm sure they'll make it a lot easier to rebalance, but it's taking them a long time. And so hopefully it goes really well, and I believe that it will. But let's go ahead and go through these notes. Balance pass. All items and gear rebalancing. Different values for PS4 and PC. This is huge. Reasons why? Playing with this, the PlayStation 4 controller, and playing with this, a mouse, completely different. So they're going to actually have different values for PS4 and PC. So don't worry. They're not going to just pander to the PS4 community and all the PC stuff's going to be the same. Nope. It's going to be different for each console, or I should say each platform. So I hope that makes you guys out there happy. I don't think the PS4 community cared as much, but the PC community, I hope that works for you guys. I hope you guys are going to be able to enjoy your game as much as you used to before. The next thing is exactly what I mentioned. It's not just recoil. So many people are complaining about recoil, but it's directional pull, damage, fall off, and a lot more. There's over 200 variables per gun. That's crazy. So it's a lot of numbers that they have to go figure out. I'm sure there's some crazy equations in there that they have to figure out how to best balance the guns. And that'll be interesting to check that out. And that's not just the primary weapons. That's probably every weapon. So that'll be interesting to see what that does and how that looks. I'm really excited for the balance patches. The last thing is Siege. I don't actually think I ever mentioned this in the future of Blacklight. Yeah, Siege is highly possible to come back out. But without talking about that, I wanted to mention something a little bit more important that I think will actually feed into Siege. They mentioned next year. Take a step back for a second. Hardsuit Labs mentioned content for next year. This could mean a lot. They didn't say, yeah, we're going to have a whole bunch of new Blacklight Retribution content coming out next year. They said, yeah, there's some Blacklight news next year. There's some stuff on Blacklight next year. Listen, this could go one of two ways. One is they're still working on Blacklight, which win-win for everyone, right? Or two, there's a new Blacklight coming out. Now listen, I'm not trying to say anything. Maybe they're even remastering Blacklight. Who knows? Who cares? More content. Guys, BLR Plus, if you guys don't know what that is, BLR Plus is this, it's a video series that I do talking about what we could see in a new Blacklight. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, what we could see in a brand new Blacklight or in brand new content coming out next year. We're going to have content coming out on, hopefully in September, hopefully in October, and then maybe content released throughout those months. And then next year, either Blacklight Retribution 2 is coming out, or we're gonna have a big update, or at least some small updates. Who knows? I don't care. All I know is I'm ready to jump back into Blacklight, and I really, really hope you guys are too. I don't really have much else to say, guys. I'm super excited. Stay positive. Give Hardsuit Labs, Lord Alf, Domino, and everybody else on the team as much love as you can and positivity, because we're getting new stuff, and I think it's important for them to know that we actually care. All right, guys. That's all I've got to say. I will see you guys in the next one. See you online when the patch drops. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out, guys. Thanks a lot.